Today, I want to talk about angels are with us in a way that I haven't talked about them for a while. Back about 2 years ago, I had a visitation by two angels, and they spoke only my name. And I've never really figured all that out, but they know what they're doing. I don't. Well, last October, I had a stroke, and since then, I hadn't heard anything from them. All the times I was in rehab and hospitals, I never heard a thing. And I didn't hear anything after I got home and stayed here for a couple of months. Uh, I was kind of wondering if they deserted me. And about 2 weeks ago, just as I was waking up in the morning, I heard three knocks. You know that place that you are when you first are waking, between waking and sleeping. That's when I heard it. It was three knocks, and that usually means we love you and we're with you. And it was very refreshing and very comforting for me to hear that. And about a week later, there were two knocks, and they weren't on the wall or on the door. They were in my mind, in my consciousness. So I know now they're very much with me. And I'll tell you one of the reasons. Um, I've been somewhat incapacitated. And at the beginning of this video, you'll see a picture of me and my cane. And it's a cane I just bought, and it's working quite well. I can get around the apartment. The therapist suggested that I don't use it outdoors yet, but I can walk around the apartment with it. And Susan and I practice every morning going down the hallway with the rail on the side of the wall. We practice there. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that I may sound like there's never a day where I have problems or I feel uh, different or strange or disappointed or upset. And that's not true because I am human. I do feel very much the difference, the loss of my left arm and my ability to play instruments. But as God would have it, I had a wonderful experience one night. I was laying in bed and I said, what am I going to do? I can't play my guitars. I bought a steel and I've got to learn how to play that when I'm able. And it should be a little bit easier because it lays on a flat surface and you don't play chords with your left hand, you use a bar. So that should be coming along. However, as I laid there one night and I asked that question, I was very much concerned about what do I do now? What in the world do I do now? And almost immediately the answer came, well, why don't you try painting? You used to paint for fun, and I always did just for a hobby, not for a business. And so I bought some art supplies and I started to paint. And actually, I really am enjoying painting. And so it's one of those things that when we're down, if we have faith and we try and make an effort, God will answer our prayers in many ways. Now, I have that gift. I have the gift of painting and the gift of music, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And although at this point I can't play the way I used to or sing the way I used to, I'm very much sure that I will be able to do these things again. I work every day, exercise every day, try to keep my spiritual life up, uh, stay in close contact with my friends, and can paint about 2 hours in the afternoon, and then I rest for a couple hours. And so far, that's working out quite well. But I want to make sure that you understand this isn't something that I'm always up and bright and everything's wonderful. That isn't what I'm doing here. I certainly know what it's like to be incapacitated and out of sorts. And because of that, the only good thing about it is that I've had the courage to not give up, to keep going, have faith in God that things are going to work out, and I'm absolutely sure that everything will work out in the future. And I intend to get back to playing and writing and uh, singing music with my partner Susan as soon as I can. And that's the promise I made to myself. That I'm going to keep working every day to get that arm working again so that I can make chords on the mandolin or the guitar. I miss it very much. But sometimes we find that these things happen for a reason. And I'm totally convinced that I needed to grow in certain areas. And that's why this stroke happened. I was just coasting along, not really making any special progress, and suddenly this happened. But now I know that I needed to learn to grow. And when we get challenged, and as I've been challenged a lot this year, we grow. We learn how to deal with things. We learn how to replace things. We learn how to get new hobbies, new ideas. So right now, I just say anybody that's feeling down or terribly depressed or anything like that, keep your faith because it happens to all of us at some point in our lives. We're asked to do things that we ordinarily don't do, and we may have difficulties. We may have a divorce, or we may have some other emotional problem or a physical problem. But those problems don't have to get us down or keep us down. Those problems can be worked out and can be replaced with other hobbies. Enjoyment is always there. Progress can always be made. So I wanted to leave you that today, that the angels are at work in my life and they can be at work in yours too. Thank you so very much.
In the days of the angels as they gather around us, do we see that the time is at hand?